Hello and welcome back or welcome to the Let's Talk show. So, this is the first episode, right?
Yes.
And in this episode, we are gonna be speaking about
Our student life, student experiences.
right, absolutely.
The lessons that we have learned in these 2 years of journey as a college student, to be mentioned specifically. So, starting with Anirban, how is your school life? How was your school life? That is very different from college life.
Right. See, school life for me, it has been quite ups and downs. I mean, of course, college life has been ups and downs mostly, but I think school life has been something different for me. School, I have changed around three to four schools since like kindergarten, and all of those experiences were good, except for one school, which was the biggest school. So I have this theory made up that the smaller the school, the better the environment, because the teachers are better connected as compared to the bigger schools. Now, coming from a smaller city and even a smaller school to a place like our college, that to 7 states, far straight to Gujarat, and then at such a big university, it was a totally mind-boggling experience for me because of course, I wasn't a social being, right? Of course, I am human, but I wasn't as like social as I'm supposed to. I was very introverted at first. Even like as of now, I still am introverted, but I've learned to make do with it. So coming to college, it has been great. Although at the beginning, I was still hungover, like for the initial 2 to 3 months. That what is happening? I'm this far away from home, away from my parents and a few friends and all. And now I'm sitting 7 states away in such a big place. So that was a great experience. And I think if you speak for yourself, it could have been the same.
It applies for me as well. Because in school, most of the students, they feel like they've been in like a frog in a wall. Right. But now in college, that is the college that we are in, which is so diverse. And also back in school, we've been spoon feeded and we've all the things ready. But now we have to do and get things done by ourselves. So it is one of the difficulties. However, if people could do that by their own in the initial phases, that is quite great. But for me, it's like from the Hyderabad to Gujarat, state of Gujarat, it was difficult for me to cope up with for people and the food initially for the first 6 months. But then eventually I have been blended very well enough, I feel so.
Coming to this, what do you think are the challenges that you have faced?
Challenges, I would say the language, because me being a South Indian and also
very much I can already
Telugu
understand.
speaking native, and also we have Hindi right there in Hyderabad, but the accent that we have in Hyderabad, that is completely different from the accent the people speak here in Gujarat, the Hindi accent. And also here Gujarati, I know nothing of Gujarati here, the language.
So even after 2 years, you do not understand when someone speaks.
I can understand a bit, but speaking not much. So the language is one of the difficulties. And as students, I would say with people, because there in Hyderabad the culture is completely different, and here the set of people that we have, they are from the different backgrounds, different places, so behaving differently depending upon the people. So that is a quite challenge for me.
If I speak about my challenges now, then it would mostly be like coming from such a small place and then like suddenly being put at such a big place, and especially left on your own, because of course I knew nobody over here. So that was a completely new like experience for me. Of course that was a challenge, but I embraced it. So like for the initial 2 to 3 months, as I said earlier, I was hungover, but I was slowly getting the hang of it, like how to cope up with things, how to do things on your own. Because prior to this, me being the single child, I got all of the pampering possible.
Yeah.
So prior to coming to the college, I had everything handed to me on a silver platter. But over here, it was totally the opposite. So I think that was one of those challenges, and of course the linguistic barrier was there. But I simply learned the very basics of Gujarati, so I started communicating. Now I can completely understand Gujarati even if someone is speaking fluently. I can speak, but I don't speak because of course they'll start laughing.
I can understand, but not speaking. I cannot.
Right. It happens anywhere naturally. What are the changes that happened after a year that you stayed?
Me as a person? Okay. The changes, I would say, the person that I was in the starting of the year, it's completely different of the person that I am right now. Because I would say basically the mindset that has changed completely because of the experience that I've been through in these 2 years of a college journey. Right. And also as a person, how to deal with different types of people. We have people from various backgrounds and also the age group. So behaving accordingly to them, with them. And yeah, this is one of the things that has changed, that I have learned. And also, making connections, not only friends, but also professional connections from university, I would say.
That's great. I mean, so you think that like within a year you have like changed a lot, like day 1 to day 365 after you have completed your first year in college. So how far do you think you had adjusted to the food and the culture?
The food, I would say, in the initial phases, I couldn't get along with it at all. So right now, maybe the food, I stayed on campus, so I couldn't get along. Other students, they were very well, good with it. So maybe the food is a very subjective thing. I cannot complain. Yeah, I cannot complain on my basis. So now I like exploring things like Gujarati food. I like few set of Gujarati foods like thepla and dokla. I like it. But still I miss Hyderabad's biryani a lot.
Understandable. So, coming from Hyderabad, yeah. It's totally understandable. Yep. I could eventually say the same for me. Like now also one more interesting fact. Gujarat is like separated majorly between two regions. One like in food terms. So one is Gujarati and another is Kathiawadi. So if you have Kathiawadi food, that's spicy, that's great. I'm not saying anything bad about Gujarat's food, like Gujarati food. Like a few of the Gujarati items I love. Like now I have no idea if they're Kathiawadi items or something, but they make something called save tomato over here. So that's great. Like I got to know about that over here only now. I don't know if that's Gujarati or Kathiawadi, but it's great. So once I learned the difference between Gujarati food and Kathiawadi food, I started having more and more like foods from both the groups. And I started like, yeah, they have different like taste buds, and that was pretty great for me. And especially the culture. At first, like before coming to Gujarat, I thought that it was only Garba over here. But now that I am in Gujarat and I have been to the world's biggest Garba ground over here.
I know, right? I love Garba nights.
Now I understand the energy that Gujaratis put in those 9 nights of Garba. That's completely mind blowing. And every day that I went, I saw the same people with the same or energy. If not the more energy, and they keep on dancing for 3-4 hours without stopping, and that was something phenomenal.
Those 9 days, oh my god, it's
energy filled,
completely filled with energy. The vibe, oh my god, it's high with all the spirits, the people dancing with high energy. Oh my god, I love Garba.
But of course, I have started to love Garba, but the thing is, the place where I come from, West Bengal, our Durga Puja is an emotion. Like every person I know who is not a Bengali and has been to Bengal during the time of Durga Puja, they have started going there every year, no matter where they are. They have started going over there every year during Durga Puja because, see, that is one of the things that we Bengalis are known for, apart from fish.
Yeah.
So I miss Durga Puja because I was here last year because I could not go home. So I miss Durga Puja, but then again I went to Garba and everything was fine and well again. So those were one of the things. Now, college. What does college mean? Academics and curriculars.
Okay, college. Academics and extracurriculars in our college. Starting with academics, it differs from what field of study you are in. Because certain students, they choose subjects such a way that they just want degree and nothing else. They might have their own reasons. I'm not saying anything of them. So if a student chooses the subject, I feel like it should be out of interest. But again, that interest could eventually fade depending on the lecture or anything, XYZ reasons. So as part of academics, it's going really good as far as I am going with. So extracurriculars in our college, as a college student, extracurriculars, it's phenomenal. We have phenomenal extracurriculars.
Recently, Badshah was here. Right?
Yeah, Badshah was here. Sunidhi Chauhan was here.
And I think the way that our college hosts IIMUN and all the MUNs,
events,
that's great.
That's great of our university that the students will be provided with the plethora of opportunities that they can grab opportunities just like that. It's not just what materialistic or financial gain that you are gaining as students, but as lessons you will have plenty on in our college. So that is one of the great thing of our college life in our campus.
Absolutely, I can agree, and especially the fests.
And also
they're very grand.
The tours, the fests, and the MUNs that are conducted, they are very
Those
great.
Are very grand.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't agree more with your point. Like the academics are great, the co-curriculars are even greater in our college.
Irvin, what are the very important lessons that you have learned as a college student?
After coming to college?
After coming to college.
Okay. I have an entire bucket of things that I've learned, but I'm only gonna choose 2 to 3. So the first very important thing that I've learned is communication is the key.
Yes.
Right. If you're in a sticky situation where you are unable to get out or speak to people, or if you are having something against someone, or if someone is having something against you, talk.
Yes.
Just do the talk. Do the talk, and trust me, 9 out of 10 times, I think the solution is there. Because I have seen people, and I have done that. It has happened with me as well. People have left, or people like to leave a messy situation without doing the talk. That's very bad for them. Another thing that I've learned, which is very important, is study. Now, with study, I do not mean only the academics. Every college has a huge library.
Yes.
Go over there. Take out any book that interests you and complete it. Like my record with my department's librarian is, every time I go and submit a book, she always sees at me and is like, yep, let me tell you how much the fine is. Because I never return a book without completing it. No matter how thick or thin the book is, I'll complete the book and then I'll return. If I need the book again, I'll reissue the book with my friend's ID card again and then bring it over again. But I never leave the book incomplete. That's very important, because gaining knowledge is and should be everyone's primary goal in college. And for the last thing that I've learned is, please manage your finances.
Oh my God, yes, that
please manage your finances, because if you're unable to learn on how to manage your finances in college, I don't think so you're going to learn it anywhere else. Because after college, if you get a job and you're unable to manage your finances, you'll end up crying alone in the night.
Even after entering into professional lives, it's not how much you earn, it's how much you balance your expense sheet. Exactly. Expenses.
One of the greatest advices that my mentor or my guru has given me is that start using cash. Keep UPI. Keep your PhonePe, Google Pay account. It's fine. But make sure that the majority or the microtransactions that you make, those are of cash. Those are made in cash. Why? because we are able to see the cash in our wallet. Like whenever we take our wallet out, we are able to see the cash and we know that how much cash is left. On the other hand, on the apps, before paying or before going to buy something, we have no idea how much money we have left, right? So that is one of the good bad things. But since I have started using cash, I think I've saved up a lot on like miscellaneous things, expenses. So I think these things I've learned in college that I wouldn't have learned. So now what about you? What have you learned?
For me, I would say, starting with, as you have mentioned the communication part, right. I would say even I have experienced that thing where I was on a verge of losing friends because of no communication. Okay. But that communication helped a lot throughout the way. And now currently I am so grateful for the friends that I have, that they come to me and say me that Vaishnavi, these are the mistakes that you're doing, and be careful with that. So also having friends who point out your mistakes in front of you. They come and tell you what mistakes are you making instead of bitching behind your back. So having friends, this type of circles that you are surrounded with, that is really important. And the second one would be participating in all the things, grabbing all the opportunities that is on your way, especially the opportunities that the college provides you with. So you might do not be underconfident. It's not how well you do. It's just take part in the events or whatever the stuff that the college provides you with, right. Because you will learn, you will leave learning something out of it. So participate and grab the opportunities that is on your way. And also, I would say be grateful for the things you have, because the more grateful you are, the more you get things towards you. So yeah, be grateful for the things you have and do not complain for the things you do not have. Right. So these are the things I would say.
So Vaishnavi, give me the top 3 things you wish you knew before coming to college that you now know of. It can be any gadget, it can be any life lesson, anything.
Okay. The first one being, you're gonna lose more than gaining more, because it could be like friendships or mostly friendships and all, because we as people have expectations, and that expectations kills us and we lose ourselves on the way. Right. So losing friends is a part of journey. And the second one being, if a person is not managing finances, as you said, well, so a person must know how to manage their finances. If not, they're gonna end up spending all the money that they have. So second one is this. And the third one is do not be skeptical of the things that you did not do before, because try new things. Do not doubt trying new things. So explore and try new things. So these are the 3 things that I would suggest or wish I knew.
Right. That's
so
great.
How about you? The 3 things that you wish you knew?
Okay, now some of our viewers might laugh. I learned to ride a bike after coming to college.
Oh my god!
I knew scooter.
Okay.
I knew scooter and like cycle, but after coming to college, I learned how to ride a bike. So this is the very first thing I wish I had learned or known before coming to college, because it would have helped me out a lot in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Now the second thing I have learned over here is having fun in just yourself. Like being alone and being lonely are 2 different things, yes, right? Yes. Exactly. So I think over here, initially I felt left out. I felt lonely, but then I then began to enjoy my own company. Mm-hmm. I went to the movies alone. I went to shopping alone a few times. I went to the Sayaji garden alone. Mm-hmm. And it felt nice. It felt nice for once. Like it was definitely a change of scenario, if you may. Yeah. So I think having fun or enjoying your own company, that's that's the second thing I wished I would have learned before coming to college.
It's like being by yourself is better than being around by the wrong people.
Right. And then the third thing I would say is I would have loved to know how to socialize before coming to college.
Okay.
Because I am, or I at least was not the person anyone should look up to if they want to socialize, because I was not that social when I first came. I was the most like shy person that there could be. Of course, I may not look the part, but I was the most shy person out of them all. So this is the third thing I wish I knew before
and
coming
one
to
more
college.
thing I would like to add is that people would criticize you, but learn how to accept that criticism.
Absolutely.
So that is the one thing that I wish I knew, that I would receive a criticism, because the one person should know how to deal with the criticism as well, along with the positive things that they receive. So yeah.
So now, a very important part of our college life, apart from everything else, the hostel life.
Oh, on-campus experience.
And I stayed off-campus hostel. So I think there can be two comparisons. One is on-campus, off-campus, and one is girls' hostel versus our boys' hostel.
Okay, starting with on-campus.
Right.
So, hostel in specific, if I should say, my elder siblings and all who were been in hostel, they used to say stories before I came to Gujarat.
Right.
They used to say their experiences. I used to feel so overwhelmed and also underwhelmed at the same time that I did not get that experience of a hostel. So coming to Gujarat and in the university, I'm staying on campus. So it's a new experience for me, because staying all by yourself with a new set of people in your room,
Right.
it's a very good experience. Like the night outs that we have, the fun in the rooms that we have, and also just chilling around dancing in the corridors. It's a very fantastic experience, I would say, on campus. Yeah. How about you off campus now?
Oh my goodness. See, firstly, I stayed in an off-campus hostel. Secondly, it was a boys' hostel. So in the initial days, I thought that fine. Of course, there will be chaos. Now, I miscalculated the magnitude of the chaos that would be there, because for the first 2 to 3 months, we were just laughing our backs off. Like, we used to do the most stupidest, the most random stuff that's possible in a hostel, right? So what our hostel used to have was, our hostel had an open kitchen that anybody could access any time of the day.
Yeah.
Of course, you had to bring your own utensils to cook. Now, the thing is, after dinner, they left the dinner over there in that heating wala thing. So, the food used to stay over there. Now, if we ended up not finding the food edible or tasty at all, what we used to do is, we used to open the kitchen, the accessible kitchen, and then we used to start cooking with the already available dinner that's there. And then we used to turn those dishes into gourmet, because out of all of my roommates, only I knew how to cook.
Okay.
Like I knew how to cook food that could be eaten. Others, nah. Their food,
Edible by bins.
their food is anything but edible. So, like almost for a month, I had this fixed job that whenever the dinner was planned, they would take me and then bring me heaps of rice and everything, and just ask me to make fried rice. So I was like cooking in the kitchen at 12 or 1 o'clock in the night.
So you've mastered being in cooking.
Oh, absolutely. I've started 2 degrees simultaneously. One is BA, one is bachelor's in cooking. So like that. And apart from that, the days and the nights, especially the nights that I spent in in the hostel, that was great. Like, we used to have night outs. So what ended up happening was, our college is already 10-12 kilometers like far from the city. My hostel was around 5 to 6 kilometers even further from the college itself. So we were around 18-20 kilometers away from the city. In those chilly winter nights. Now, one thing about Gujarat is their nights, especially the winter nights, are damn chilly.
Chilly, yeah.
We used to leave at 12:30 or 1 in the night from the hostel on our bikes 3 people on a bike, and we used to go till the city.
Oh my god.
Like till the border of the city. Why? Just to have a cup of tea or coffee. And that thing, see, before coming over here, I used to only read the stories and those Instagram posts ki how like we boys can go 15-20 kilometers for just a 10 rupees wala tea. After coming over here, now I was the one who was experiencing that. So that was really great. And hostel life was pretty great. I eventually left hostel because the food started becoming a bit too bland. So I had to shift and I started making my own.
It's good for you being in a private hostel that you could go out and roam.
Oh, absolutely.
All night. But
Right.
it was not same for us because we have restrictions and security.
Yeah, like
So yeah, on campus it's not.
if you're in campus, see, I think our college's campus is already big enough that like someone, if they stay in for an entire year, they won't get bored because the campus is pretty big.
Yeah.
If you have your dinner and then you start walking, I don't think so you will be able to come back before the gates close.
Exactly.
Right. So, but the place that I stayed at, the hostel that I stayed at, that was so far away from the city that not even the city, it was so far inside that you had to think a few times before going out for a walk because it was dark and it was an empty road.
You know, on campus it's like we'll have open nights. Oh my god, the
Right,
best part was the open nights.
I saw.
After dinners, mostly in our first year, we had continuously open nights. So we used to have dinner, go for a walk, and be there at the open nights. Right. Open mics.
I believe Zakir Khan was there for an on-campus, right, open nights and stuff.
Yes. So
that was the only time I regretted staying outside. The only 2 days I regretted staying outside was because of this. Other than that, it's fine. I mean, I have stayed inside the college's hostel, like, as in I went to my friend's room, I stayed over there for a while. I think it's great. Like, if you have good roommates, the hostel life is worth it. Absolutely, it's worth it. But if you do not have good roommates,
then, oh my god,
the story is completely different. Like, you get left out, you feel bored, you're not included in any
especially
of the
things. The peace of mind would be disturbed if the roommates are not perfect. So.
Like, initially my roommates were absolutely great. I am still in contact with a few of them, and in fact one of them became my flatmates also, and he's one of my bestest mates right now. But the other people, they started turning their backs eventually. So I was like, nope.
Everything's a part of life.
Yep.
It's just the lesson.
I cannot stay in between these like critical thinking people. So I left. So that was the end of my hostel life. And I think your hostel life is still going on.
Yeah, it's going on. It's still going on. And my roommates, they're pretty great. I am so thankful for my roommates because they give that peace of mind to me whenever I come back with the hectic day at college, all the studies and also the extracurriculars and stuff. When I come back to hostel, I find that peace around me in my room. So
That's
that
very
is
important.
Yeah, that is important. But if there are any suggestions that you wish to give to your juniors, what would they be?
सी मैं सजेशन तो दे दूंगा, लेकिन फिर बाद में ऐसा ना हो कि मुझे आके बोले कि भाई आप ज्ञान दे रहे हो. सो I'll definitely try to keep it golden and sweet. So the first suggestion, as I said earlier, manage your finances. Very important. The second suggestion, focus on your professional network. Professional networking will get you to places you never imagined before. And my third and very basic yet very important suggestion is learn how to speak good English. Good or great English can get you into places that even I couldn't imagine that I could be sitting in between these people, or I could be sitting in a crowd full of people, which I used to look up to and still do, of course, but I was like, damn, I'm sitting between these people just because I know how to talk my way into something. So that's very important. Fourth thing I'd say is learn communication skills. Your communication skills are very important. May it be in maintaining any sort of relationships, friendships, anything. Communication skills is very important.
So the suggestions that I would give to my juniors would be surround yourself with the right kind of people. surround yourself with the people who have the growth mindset, who would help you grow further in your future as career, who would guide you and motivate you as well. And also second suggestion would be explore things, try new things that you have not done before. For example, the podcast for me, because this is a new thing for me. So I am learning, I'm trying out new things, I'm putting out myself out, which is good, I think. So this would be the second thing. And third thing would be for juniors who would want to choose subjects. I would say choose subjects that they have interest in, not the subjects just like that. Because what happens is when they further go on with their studies for the upper bachelor's PG, also they lose that interest. So be wise in the decisions that you make. So be prudent in the decisions that you make. This would be the third suggestion. And the fourth suggestion would be speak less, listen more. Because at times it's like people do not listen everything that people say around them. So listen more and try talking less and listen more and gain the perspectives that people are putting forward. So these would be the suggestions.
That's great. So how would you like to end this talk?
Okay, summing up all the talks that we've had in this video, I would say, क्या बोलना है?
I mean, exactly, college life is this. क्या बोलूं? Right.
Oh my god.
I think we can.
We are uncertain of.
Exactly, we are very uncertain. But see, I would say, as of our age, we are allowed to make mistakes. As of now, my mentor, my guru, he keeps on saying this to me, that if we are allowed to make mistakes until a very specific point of age. So I would say make mistakes, but nothing too phenomenal, nothing too life altering. Learn. See, just because someone is giving you advice doesn't mean that they know more than you do. They are giving you the advices because they have made more mistakes than you could ever.
Yes, it could also be that they have made mistake in such a way that you have not made.
Exactly.
The experience could be the mistake can be the same, but the experience of making that mistake could be different. So you might gain another perspective of that lesson, the same lesson. So this is the very essential thing. Learn. Not only the academics, along with academics, learn the life lessons that are around you. It's not the lessons from your life as well. You can learn lessons from the others' lives as well. Right. So that is very important. And so yeah, this is it for our video.
Keep on enjoying your college. बस इतना seriously
it's
मत
okay,
लेना यार.
mistakes तो होते ही रहते हैं, but the very important thing is learn from those mistakes.
Now I know some people who make mistakes and then they sit in the corner and cry that, oh no, I made a mistake. See, making mistakes is a part of life. You learn from your mistakes, right? But what's important is that you rise up again from your mistakes.
Yes, it's like even I do make mistakes. I might make blunders, but the end of the day, the realizing that blunders is the very important thing. So that is.
I could agree.
Yeah.
So that was it for this talk, and on the next one we'll see you with perhaps something more interesting, perhaps something more engaging.
Yes, engaging, and you might see new faces as well.
Oh, very much.
Stay tuned.
I might not be here, and I think our third host or our co-host Akash might be here with Vaishnavi.
Yes.
So of course,
stay tuned for more. There's more. Bye bye. Thank you so much.